They keep checking your hair. You look great.
I can't tell. I like just woke up. The heat
You,
kills me.
you
It's freaking
just woke.
hot.
Oh, did you take a nap?
Yeah.
I was like, did you wake up for the day?
No.
You working nights now? What are you doing? Jesus. All right. Welcome to Forever Talk, where we talk nothing forever. My name is Ian Moore with my commentating partner and co-host Nicholas. We're back on Zoom. Um, the
Again.
schedule, yep, again, but we were in person last week. The schedule, we got it's we're working. Sometimes it lines up some
Oh,
weeks and some weeks it doesn't.
I didn't check. That was the last time we were on Zoom. Did it fix it? Where like whoever's talking, it switches to?
Yeah, it looked great.
Cool. I didn't watch it. But I didn't
That's unbelievable.
know.
You know,
I hate.
I
I don't like rewatching our stuff.
I bet Da Vinci doesn't,
I actually
stare.
I just checked it and I saw myself talking about Yuri knocking out Kiera. So I just
Yeah,
not
and
good.
I don't think that that's wrong to not look at your own material.
Yeah.
Leonardo da Vinci doesn't stare at the Mona Lisa. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's dead. So
I
he's
meant like
staring.
when it happened, when he painted
Oh,
it in whenever, you know.
yeah.
I don't know when that was. I know I maybe in like 1902, something like that. That sounds about right.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, minus a couple 500 years. But anyways, here we are. We're back. Fresh off the heels of UFC 303. Um, fresh off the heels of um the Misfits Boxing KSI card announcement. And the press conference that took place yesterday.
Did they announce all the fights on it?
They did.
Awesome. I'm
We'll
excited
talk
to hear
about it.
it.
We'll talk about it. You're not gonna be happy because I wasn't. Um, and fresh off the heels of it's my Jordan year, Nick. It was my 23rd birthday on Sunday.
Oh, you're not going with LeBron?
No, no,
It's, hey,
I went with the
Jacobs
better
was on here.
player.
You.
It's my James year. It's my King Braun year.
Yeah.
It was a great birthday. It was a good day. It was a
Yeah,
good day.
yeah, yeah.
I played some I played some golf. Um at I was at work and the fights were going on and I got off work. But I stayed later because I wanted to watch the MVP versus Ian Garry fight.
Yes.
And Brett and all those guys were supposed to come down to work and meet me there. And then midnight would happen, and we'd be like, "Oh my god, happy birthday!" And then I would fucking go home finally. Um, but then they were like, "Oh my god, nobody
We
wants
got
to
to
come."
celebrate.
Yeah, nobody wants to go there. And I was like,
Uh,
I don't want to go anywhere else. And they made me go to Soulard. Um,
oh, at night. Oh no.
yeah, and last time I was on Soulard, not the last time, probably 2 times ago I was on Soulard. Someone tried to rob me at fucking gunpoint.
Speaking of, did John tell you what happened to AJ?
I did see that. Let's not talk about it on here because I there's still
Yeah.
something going on. But I did. That's fucking
Yeah,
crazy, by the way.
we might need to clip that part, but yeah.
No, we can leak because he didn't explain
Yeah.
any details. But by the way, he's a badass for that. But moving forward, um,
Yeah.
is the mailman here?
He said you were saying you almost got robbed in Sioux Lord
Huh?
when you were in Sioux Lord.
Yeah, you know the story.
Oh, I just didn't know if that was 2 times ago or not.
Oh yeah, it was probably 2 times ago. I think the last time I hung out in Soulard, which Soulard's like now a big party place.
Yeah,
Uh,
it is.
it's not nearly as dangerous as it was even 5 years ago or 8 years
Still
ago.
St. Louis.
Fuck, I was 16. That was 7 years ago. Jesus.
That's what
Um,
I was picturing. Like 2 years, like 2 times ago, seven. Yeah,
that's a long dude. We're old.
I know.
And yeah, so when I got robbed, or well, attempted robbed, I guess, they didn't take anything, or he didn't take anything. I was 16. So I think yeah, I haven't gone back since. Not because I was afraid of getting robbed again, but mostly because I'd rather shit my hands and clap than hang out in those bars. Um, but of course, because Brett was there and Ryan Bush was there and Kyle Bush was there and
You
I
went.
went I went and we went to Molly's and I was like, wow, this sucks. And then we went to McGurk's and then I was like and I was sweating my cock off because it was humid and it was hot as fuck, but it was night. So it was like one of those like I pulled my phone up and I just watched the fights right there. And then 12 o'clock came around. They got me a shot that was very nice of them. And then 12:30 came around and by 12:45 I was in the White Castle's drive-through. Uh, just there's no better way I'd rather spend my birthday than getting some White Castles.
Yeah,
Um, and we woke up and I went and played golf and then I went to a nice dinner with my family. Um, it was nice. It was a good time. It was a good time.
that sounds good.
It was a good birthday. Didn't see Nick walk around. Um,
What?
Didn't see Jifster around.
Okay, to
I
be fair, I don't know where you would see us.
I I wouldn't see you because like the majority of the day was spent on a golf course. From like 11
Yeah,
to 5, I was on a golf
I
course.
yeah.
And you're not doing that. So, but I asked
Especially
Jiff, and Jiff had his anniversary with his girlfriend, so he couldn't make it. But I was like, dude, fucking tell her you'll see her at 7. I mean, golly.
that is yeah. He could have split it, but
No, I understand. I'm just fucking with him. I get it. It's his first anniversary. Have they been dating a year already?
I don't get into that.
If they were dating
Yeah,
a year, no, I totally get it. If it
yeah,
was like one of
yeah.
these like bullshit, this is our
Oh,
eighth
no, it's the first year.
first year, okay. That's fine. If it was one of those bullshit like this is our 9-month anniversary, I would have the only reason I would have driven to Wentzville was to put my foot up his ass.
It's day 150. What the hell are you talking about?
That's fucking whatever. Um, so yeah, it was a good time. But I kicked off my birthday. Well, I guess it wasn't my birthday quite yet. It was 11:45 the day before. Watching UFC 303. Nick Walk. Did you watch this card? You watched some of it. You watched
I watched the Ian Garry one, and then I heard Ryan Ortega pulled out, so I said, "Fuck this," and I went to bed.
Yeah, I didn't watch the
Well,
fights in
not to
between.
bed, but yeah, I didn't watch it.
You watched the main event?
No, I don't, dude. I don't. For some reason, I don't get hyped for Piera. I just don't care. He fights too much. I know that's a good thing, but like,
I get it. Yeah.
unless he's fighting Izzy,
I don't think I would have watched it if I was anywhere else.
yeah,
I went out of my way to watch MVP versus Ian Gary, which
that's
is
the one I wanted
weird.
to watch because
Why
they're
would
like,
you want to
but
watch that?
because it was like such a good matchup, like potentially title contenders, and I was super
I
hyped
think
for that fight.
yeah, I think I that fight for some reason interested me more than any fight on the card, including Para and Yuri. I
We're the
did end
same.
up
Like I
watching.
had that.
I don't know why. I like it. Like the fight was not that great. Um,
I actually low key I liked it a lot.
there's different components. I like for me, I watched the Piera versus Yuri fight because one, I was bored where I was, but two, Brett. Now I'm like Brett's fight guy for betting. So he keeps asking me who to put money on. I'm killing it
Yeah.
right now. I'm making this guy fucking an incredible amount of money. But he
Do you know
goes, go ahead.
you know the funniest thing Teddy does? So we've told you how he bets, right?
Yeah.
The funniest thing is he was telling me this was like a month ago, so I don't know if it's changed, but like he bets on the WNBA, but like they always like put the scores like over or under, and he always puts under on everything they do, and he makes tons of money because they can't hit the hoop.
That's insane. Over under 65 points.
But he does under. It's like 130. He's like, dude, they don't even get close to 120.
It's it's good. It's good. It's a good betting man. Um
I, he made like $40. Like the one night he called me, I'm like, no way.
I don't gamble, dude. I can't.
I don't either. I can't, but it was funny.
I am too scared because I like Brett called me while I was at work, and he was like, Pierre or Yuri. I'm putting the house on it, and I was like, Pierre probably, and he
You
goes,
never put the house on Yuri.
yeah, and then he goes, okay, cool, and I was like, but to be honest, if anybody's gonna knock out Pereira, it could potentially be this guy.
Yeah,
This guy throws bombs. And Brett was like, that is fucking not what I want to hear at all. But I was like, it's fucking sports, dude. Anything could
that's
happen.
well,
Like,
fights are so hard, especially in the like bigger weights, because they can
yeah,
hit so hard
yeah,
each and
like
every one of them.
this guy could get knocked unconscious at any point in time. Like,
Yeah,
so I think Pereira is gonna win, but it's like it's not impossible. It's
but,
improbable,
but
but
like the
it's not
way he
impossible.
fights, he can get knocked out.
Yeah, it's very it's likely. It's not unlikely for him. It's not likely for him to get knocked out, but it's not like
Yeah,
an impossibility. It could
yeah.
definitely happen.
He's not like
Um,
Khabib going in there and taking him down, not taking hits.
yeah, like it's definitely it's on the bingo card, 100%.
He's gonna get hit.
I go probably 60-40 Pereira, maybe a little maybe a little higher than that. And he goes, well,
Yeah,
fuck that. You don't sound very sure, but I was like, that's why I don't bet. You can't be sure. I could like if I told you who I thought was going to win, then
yeah.
they have I think they have a really good chance of winning because I don't know if you watch our program. We're not fucking wrong ever.
Actually, I was saying like the one clip I was wrong. That's what I was saying. I just checked it today and I said Erie knockout upset.
Oh yeah.
I
Yep.
was like, I'm not watching that shit.
Yeah, yeah, you were wrong with that one, buddy. I gotta be honest.
But we just explained why it could happen.
There was a pretty good stretch there where we were wrong for a while. I can't remember the
O'Malley, Leon Edwards, Sean Strickland.
yeah, I was wrong with Jones and Gane, but I knew that was gonna be, but
What?
whatever. All right, MVP and Ian Garry. People are mad about this fight. Um, because technically Ian Garry won convincingly in like
Yeah,
UFC MMA rules, but when it comes to applying damage, MVP was the clear winner. He landed some bombs on Ian Garry. Now I understand both sides of it.
like
Um,
it was me and you were. I think we're probably the same. It was clear that he won 1 and 3, Ian Gary, and then
yes,
the other guy MVP won round two.
yeah, two was and two was close because he still got taken down there. The, the,
Yeah, but yeah, two was
the,
not
the,
that
the
close.
fact of the matter is like I understand people's opinions on this. Um, and I like from an extent, I get it where it's like, yeah, Ian Garry took him down and didn't really do jack shit while he was down. He tried, I guess. Um,
Yeah, I mean he almost choked him out the first round. He was so close.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I could see MVP's chin, so I wasn't like that nervous about it. That was probably the closest he was going to get.
Yeah,
Um, and if you're an MVP fan like I am, like he landed some pretty good shots there, but also like that's a gamble if that's gonna land or not. Here's the fact of the matter why I don't get upset with it is that you know that that's going to be the case when you sign up to come fight in the UFC.
yeah, it's
It,
not just striking.
takedowns matter, control time
Yeah,
matters,
yeah,
and while Khabib, by the way, we should talk about that. I don't know if you've seen the news with that, but that's fucking crazy. But when it comes to like Khabib, yeah, he ended up choking people out eventually.
he put those elbows though. Roll time now.
Yeah, that's a bad example.
But I know what you're saying. You can't just lay on someone.
Yeah, Colby Covington,
He does damage though too. He's
does he?
yeah.
Does he
Well, he's
really?
different. Colby's different. Colby's different. So like he may not do a lot of damage, but what he'll do is he'll take him down for like 30, and then he lets them get back up, against the case, and he just takes them down again. Like it's different,
Yeah. I
and he
just
does it.
I understand where people are getting upset, but I think that the clear winner of the fight was Ian Garry, even though I, MVP won the fight, maybe,
Like,
but Ian
like,
Garry won the war. He won the contest. He won
like
the match.
the first and third round though, he didn't do any damage though.
I think there's shots in there that you don't see,
He
maybe.
had like one or two shots in the third. I just like it from a standpoint that Ian Gary realized that he wasn't gonna be able to strike, so he like took him down. In
Yeah,
his past fights, he just strikes.
it's,
I just love it from the fact that he changed up the game plan.
it's an incredibly smart move. I don't
I know he
I don't
went in
hate
there
it at
and
all.
realized he. No, I like it because I hate when people go in there and they don't have a second game plan.
Yeah, I don't mind it in the
With that being
slightest.
said, though, but like I don't think either one of them have a chance against Shockana or whatever.
So that's what's next, it seems. In the last episode, you and I talked a little bit. We said that if Ian Garry beats MVP, it's probably Ian Garry versus Colby Covington. That fight makes a lot of sense. It makes a
Yeah,
sense
it still
for
does.
from a business perspective. They absolutely hate each other. The styles, I like it. If you're trying to grow Ian Garry, you got to put him against somebody who's in that top 10, who's kind of on the
Top three, top
downfall.
three, top three.
Is Colby Covington in the top three still?
Yeah, I mean, he
Did
just.
he deserve to be in the
No,
top?
I'm not saying he's top three, but like I think ranking wise, he is.
Sure.
I'm
Um,
not sure, but like he just contended for the title.
yeah, I
Or
gotta.
odds
Dude,
of
that guy's got to fucking fight. I'm. He has to fight again. This is
he's got to
ridiculous.
fight Ian Gary. It's Ian Gary who he's got to fight.
I like that matchup a lot. And if we said
Yeah,
if MVP won, you obviously can't push MVP to a title straight away. But
yeah,
MVP versus Shavkat. Oh
but
my God! Now Shavkat would have killed him, unfortunately, but it would have been. Oh, dude, I if they would have just stayed on the feet and just
yeah, 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 but MVP's ground game was terrible.
yeah,
He's just lucky
it's not his
Ian Gary's learning.
yeah, it's not his it's not his specialty for sure. But
Yeah,
I think like it was so I so Ian Garry after and by the way, Ian Garry, like a lot of people hate him. He's playing a character. It's very like
yeah, it's
clearly
very
he's a
obvious.
character. Um, which is why I don't get mad at like Colby Covington. He's clearly a character.
Well, you need these villains too. They sell.
Yeah, he's a villain. And I like it.
I'm like, maybe that's why we like to watch the fight. I don't know, because me and you both had the same opinion. We were more excited for that than the main event.
Yeah. Um, Ian Garry went on Ariel Helwani show and he said that he's done with Colby Covington. I understand his perspective, you know.
Yeah,
I'm mad at I'm a Colby Covington fan and I'm mad at Colby Covington. So I
Colby
get it.
Covington's his time's over.
Dude, prove to me it's not. At least get in the fucking can like try.
Do we know how old he is?
He's like 36.
Yeah, he's done.
I don't know if he's actually 36. He might
I think he's
dude,
like
he's up there.
34, 35. Yeah, he's like at least 33. No, he's definitely 34.
He's
35.
36. It's over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
If you give a shit, get in the fucking octagon. Otherwise, say you're retired and move on.
yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. And I like him. But
Oh,
but the performance, if he broke his foot, different story. But if he didn't actually break his foot, his performance against Leon Edwards was so fucking agitating on
it
so
was
many different.
terrible.
I can't even begin. He would have won the belt if he just would have did what he got out wrestled. He got out wrestled by Leon Edwards. Oh fucking hell. So listen, Ian Gary's like, I'm done with Colby Covington. I'm tired of waiting for him.
Yeah, I
Fine.
don't blame him.
I get it. I wish we got to see that fight, but I understand. I can't be mad at it. Ian Garry says, I want to fight the best. 18 knockout, 18 wins, undefeated, 18 finishes. Give me Shavkat Rachmanov. On paper, I like it a lot. In
Yeah,
reality, Ian
Yeah.
Garry is going to die.
Yeah, I almost think you don't push that fight only because you can get that fight later.
Yes.
But then again, is Ian Gary gonna? I think you kind of got to do the Sean O'Malley, give him the easier route. But then again, Sean O'Malley beat Peter Yan. I don't know.
Does all right. If Ian Garry wins one more fight, you probably give him a title shot, right?
Yeah, yeah,
He was the seventh ranked, I believe, before beating MVP.
yeah.
Does Shavkat Rakhmonov deserve a title shot right now?
I would push it just because he's undefeated. But who did he fight? Wonder Boy last? Is that who he fought last?
Did that fight happen? I think it happened.
Yeah, I just know he
I think he
took him.
beat
He destroyed him.
yeah, beat
Yeah,
the
he just
shit out of him, didn't? Yeah,
he
yeah, yeah. That did
took him to
happen.
the ground.
I couldn't remember if that fight ever happened. It did happen. He beat the shit out of him. It's hard for me because Shavkat Rakhmonov is clearly more deserving of a title shot than Ian Garry.
Oh, Ian Gary still needs. He needs one more fight.
But does Shavkat Rakhmonov deserve a title shot?
I guess he could put him against, but I would do it because he was so good his last fight.
Like let me put it this way: on a skill level, I got Shavkat versus the
He,
field.
yeah.
He beat
Leon Edwards is so good, and so is Bilal. That's actually that fight's gonna be insane.
I still have Shavkat Rakhmonov. Dude, that guy
I don't know.
is
We'll see.
out of his. That guy's insane. That guy's
He
so
is,
scary in so
but he's
many.
crazy too.
That guy's a cyborg. He just breaks your fucking limbs.
He's got that Khabib mentality where he just goes in there.
18 finishes, Nick.
Yeah, crazy.
That stat is unbelievable.
That's why I would push it for a title shot. Because why risk it? But then again, Leon Edwards only fights once every year, so
And yeah, but we also can't be mad at him for that because he tried to get on 300. They offered him
oh,
every
I
fight in
guess
the
that's true.
fucking
Well,
book.
we can like before that though, when he wasn't fighting.
Yeah. One fight they keep talking about, or that Dana tried to book, was Shavkat and Usman.
Yeah, it's a crazy fight.
I love it. I love it a lot. My only qualms with it is that I kind of wanted to see Usman move up to 185,
Yeah,
but I love that. I love
Oshman's so good too. So I don't even know who I'd pick in that fight.
Shavkat. Shavkat murder everyone. He
I
is
don't know that,
that guy. Nick, I'm
but like,
telling you, he's gonna win the
but then
title.
again though, he hasn't fought the top guys yet. Like he's there's a
I
difference.
don't.
You don't care.
I don't care. I like. I've watched what he did to Wonder Boy Thompson,
And like the way he did it, yeah.
and I understand that Wonder Boy's at the back end of his career. Wonder Boy, is probably the greatest strike. You not maybe you could top five strikers in the UFC.
Wonder Boy?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
haven't watched that much of them. I
I
mean, like,
mean,
you got Sean O'Malley, Izzy, Piera,
Wonder Boy
Leon
is
Edwards.
Wonder Boy from a striking perspective
Just striking, yeah.
he is unmatched. Um, he got murdered.
Yeah, guys took him down though.
He got genocided in that fight. Not only did he get it wasn't like a takedown and hug you for 3 rounds type of takedown. It was a takedown and I'm gonna put this fucking elbow into the side of your temple.
And he finished him. I don't remember how long that fight went.
I can't imagine it went two
But I
rounds.
just know it was domination. I think it was the second round.
I think so too. I can't remember if he choked him out though, or if
I think he destroyed him the first round and the early second round. He's
dude, he
like
just gets a
he
hold of you. He just grabs you and fucking chokes you out or breaks your arm or
Just imagine if he could somehow win and him versus Islam. That's crazy.
I love that so much. I love that too, especially when you know Islam's not gonna be fighting at 155. He's going for the double belt.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's so many great fights that you can't make because timing, and you can't let these guys sit for years and years and years.
yeah,
Um, I Ian Garry versus Shavkat, sure, let's just do it.
yeah. But I think we're both the same there. We know who will win.
Yeah, I think let's just do it, and um, because it gets Ian Garry back in, it gets Shavkat back in, and then I'd say I would love it if you could find a way to put that in the sphere, but I don't think that's gonna happen. October maybe.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know. We got 10 minutes left. Wow. Um, Unbelievable. Um, Especially on top of like I don't know. Put it on the Jones card, which I believe is going to be in
November.
November. I think they did just sign it, that I saw, but I didn't. They don't have. I didn't see a date yet.
Bro, you see the presser with Dana White defending John Jones. I don't.
Francis dipped out. Took a bag with him. He's probably not happy about it. Pereira. Uh, Beat the shit out of Yuri. Caught him with that patent and check left hook. And then gave him the nastiest, most forceful fucking kick to the face I've ever seen in my life. Um,
Yeah,
Pereira's a dog. He's also old, so time's running out, unfortunately, as much fun as we have watching him. Um, Give him John Jones.
yeah.
Let's just, I mean, like,
Or
it's,
Tom Aspinall. That fight's insane too.
I like that too. I mean, oh, wait a minute. I love that.
I know.
But,
I was like, when you
but Pereira's not moving up unless it's John Jones.
Yeah, I heard Dana talk. He doesn't like that idea at all.
He said that I think he said that after Miocic, it's clear John Jones versus Aspinall, which it's very refreshing hearing him say that John Jones versus Aspinall is next. It's not refreshing for him to say it. Yeah, we're gonna do Stipe and John first, because my prediction is once John beats Stipe, fucking
He's
out of here.
retiring. That's what I was about to say. Well, I feel like we're never going to get that Tom Aspinall fight too.
No,
Just like
and
transit.
and the like again, we've talked about it to death, but the fact we're getting John and Stipe still, fuck off. Um,
Yeah,
and
3 years
John,
ago, great fight.
yeah, and Dana like pushing John as hard as he is. I agree with a lot of his standpoints. John is the best fighter of all time. Is he the best fighter in the world today? Uh,
Yeah, I don't agree with that, but yeah,
he hasn't fought in a fucking year, and a reporter came up with that, and Dana was like, he's been hurt, never been hurt in
yeah,
his
that he
life.
he was right on that part.
Yeah, I get it. He's been hurt. You show me some balls and come back and actually fight some competition.
Yeah, I don't mind him still fighting. Just he shouldn't still have the belt.
I
If you go over a year without fighting, you should
Oh,
have
I
to
agree.
vacate it.
Yeah, I agree. Just make Tom
Tom,
Aspinall.
I honestly just consider Tom Aspinall the heavyweight champ.
So do I. I don't see I don't understand Stipe Miocic versus John Jones for the heavyweight championship of the world. I don't
Yeah, if they
understand.
want to fight each other, but
It's
not
not
for
a
the
belt.
belt.
It's not a belt. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I actually don't mind the fight if it's not for a belt,
yeah.
even
Like
though I
he's been
know
hold.
that like Stipe Miocic has zero chance, none, like at all. Not even he actually shouldn't go to the arena.
Yeah,
Like he shouldn't. He is no fucking. If Brett called me today, he goes, "Who am I putting money on?" I would say take every fucking dollar that you've ever made and put it on John Jones, because
yeah,
this is the only bet in the history of the planet that is 100%. There's no chance. When it comes to Pereira and John Jones, like obviously I want Pereira to get his money fight. And when he fights John Jones, that's probably never going to happen. But
Yeah,
just do Pereira and Aspinall. That's fun, I guess.
yeah.
If Pereira says yes to it,
He'll say yes.
As
That dude's a killer.
yeah, and I think Aspinall would say yes to it.
Yeah, well, I
Um,
got Aspen. I'll win too because
so do I.
Pierre's big, but like he's not a heavyweight.
Yeah, and Aspinall, as many first round finishes as that guy has,
He's got power, and he's a natural heavyweight.
well, I'd
That's
still
why,
take.
because John Jones, he's not a natural heavyweight. You look at him, he's huge.
You could do Pereira versus Gon.
Yeah, that would be exciting.
I like that. That's cool. It's the
I still
problem
like
is
Pierre
I don't.
versus Aspinall though, because you get the power versus power. But
Yeah, I agree. I just think that the problem is that you're not going to see Pereira move up to heavyweight unless it's against John Jones.
oh yeah, it's got to be for the belt.
Yeah, it's got to be for the belt and it's got to be a money fight. That makes
Yeah,
sense because I like you want to reward Pereira. You know
because
they
he
probably
still has fights in his division. Like I don't know a lot of them, but that's what Dana was saying.
yeah.
I don't know the light heavyweight, but that's just what Dana was saying.
I don't know a lot of light heavyweights either. It's just that division's not, you know, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
great.
Yuri, Jan. Yeah, I can't remember the others.
It's not crazy. Um, but anyways, we need to reset, go to a quick
And
commercial
what
break, and come back and end the episode.
KSI?
Talk about Misfits Boxing KSI.
Uh,
Alrighty? All right.
yeah,
Recordings in progress. We're back from our commercial break.
yeah,
Uh,
bitch.
did you just call me a bitch again?
Yeah, sorry. I just figured I did it when we left, so I was gonna do it when we
Hope you
returned.
enjoyed this episode of Forever Talking. We talk nothing forever. On next episode, you're going to see me with a new co-host. Adios, everybody.
Oh,
What if you just got fired right there?
bro, you know what that reminds me of? I know you watched the UFC thing when Marab took Sean O'Malley's jacket. Like that was so funny going on, but when you rewatch it, you realize he was specifically told that day by Hunter Campbell to behave.
Yeah,
He
Hunter Campbell.
goes
Did
and
you see
pulls.
where Hunter talked to him in the back? And he
That's
was
what I'm
like,
talking
"I
about. He's like,
just fucking told you not to cause shit." And you
that
put on his
reminded me of that reminded me of me and you and when we were together in class, where she would like yell at us, whatever teacher.
We're all right.
5 minutes left.
Quiet down.
5 minutes
I
left.
just fucking told you.
It was so funny.
Okay,
Uh,
let's talk about this KSI card. So, as everybody knows, it was originally speculated, but now it's signed upon that on August 31st, KSI 31st in Dublin, Ireland, KSI on pay-per-view is coming back to box both Slim and Anthony Taylor in a 2v1 boxing bout. Handicap match. Let's talk about the whole card and then we'll talk about the main event because there
yeah,
is some news in there.
we've already talked about the main event. I remember.
We talked about it, but there was new developments in this press conference just happened yesterday that I wanna touch on. So on this card, um, Mams Taylor made a video. At the beginning of the video, he said we have a massive pay-per-view plan for December, and that's the reason why you don't see some of the big names on this card because we're planning like another. We're
Yeah, like
preparing and we're planning for another
big
like
one. Yeah, yeah,
like a prime card or the first Misfits pay-per-view where they go all out. And in December, depending on who wins the main event of this bout, because if KSI loses, it's
yeah.
file for bankruptcy.
You know
Um,
they're banking on him fucking those guys up.
yeah, but if he loses, by some grace of God, if he loses, this is all over. This is done.
Yeah,
Because
the
influencer boxing is
December card
already,
is canceled.
yeah, like influencer boxing is already on in
Yeah,
life support right now, and so that the December card, you need to make that like next level shit. So whenever he said that in the beginning of the video, I was like, hmm, that's great. Um, Now he did they did a good job um on building this card around Ireland names and people from Dublin and people from Ireland to kind of bring in that fan base. But this does not look like a KSI card. It does not feel like a KSI card. It's very odd. It's a very odd situation that this is right
Is
now.
there a lot of no names on there?
There's a lot of names you're not gonna know.
All right.
And we'll talk about it because that all kind of ties into the main event and what's going on here. But when you kick off the card, this is an all right fight. You got Dean the Gray versus Dave Fogarty. So
Yeah.
Dean coming back, that's pretty good. Dave, I don't know their names in specific, but there's some guys on here who have fought before. There's some Ireland known fight. There's some like Dublin known
Yeah.
fighters. Conor McGregor's photographer is on here and friend. I guess that is an attempt to bring Conor to this event. Um, there is Andrew Tate's friend on here. So it's like a lot of like friends.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So it's stupid. I hate that.
Yeah, I get like I understand it's like a lot of friends of famous people versus like Irish fighters.
Yeah.
So Dean the Great fighting cool. Danny Aaron's versus Bevo. Don't know
Keep it
these
going.
guys. Ben Williams versus Warren Spencer. I believe Warren Spencer is the Andrew Tate friend. I know Ben Williams has fought before. Wait, is it Ben Williams? Uh, I'm pretty sure. I think so. Um, Ben Williams, I believe, has fought for Misfits before. He's actually a pretty good fighter and he's kind of fun to watch, so that's cool. Versus Warren Spencer, Sammy Ham versus Jesse Clark. Don't know anything about these guys. Gabriel Silva versus Weddy. I know Gabriel Silva. He's Anderson Silva's kid. He's fought on Misfits before.
Oh,
Um, Jake Cornish versus Mike Edwards. Okay. And DTG versus Minicon. We know those two, but they're not exactly pay-per-view sells.
is that the co-main event?
Uh, I think so.
Okay. So if we watch this fight in person, I'm getting there like 4 hours after the start time.
Okay.
If
That's
we
fair.
watch it,
Um,
I'm not watching it.
I'd imagine we are gonna watch the event.
Yeah.
Um, okay. And then the main event is obviously KSI versus Slim and Anthony Taylor. Okay. So Deji's not on here. King Kenny's not on here. Saul Poppy is fighting, but he's fighting for a different promotion. Because they were loaned by Misfits to go fight on this promotion. They were given the okay. And I'm assuming Saul Poppy will be fighting in December. No King Kenny on this card. FaZe Temper's fighting in Miami before this card. So it's a lot of like we're literally saving every name that you know for the December card for KSI and Amir Khan.
Yeah.
Um,
That's how they should do it though. Like once per year. I think that's how it should be. Because they're not real fighters, no offense to them, where they can fight like 3 times a year.
yeah,
They gotta promote, they're
yeah,
influencers, they're not fighters. So one time a year is I think perfect. I'm all right with that.
and unfortunately for them, Misfits has backed themselves into a corner because unfortunately they were not able to grow the name stay superstar that they wanted to grow. Saw Poppy lost. Slim will only
Yeah.
fight for a lot of money. FaZe Temper apparently isn't a pay-per-view draw. Deji won't fight. Um, it just didn't work in the Dean the Great. It had a kind of a big breakdown, a big falling out. It didn't go the way that they were hoping to go.
Yeah.
which now bringing this to the KSI versus Anthony Taylor and Slim fight. If it was me, we've already talked about the fight. I on paper, I think it's an interesting idea. I would have just done KSI versus Slim. I
Yeah,
think I think
yeah.
that we probably could have gotten in and out quickly, but both guys kind of deserve the fight, I guess, technically. But from like a business standpoint, I probably would have done KSI versus Slim. They did a press conference today. It was not a good look.
What
Um,
happened?
like it just the so KSI is playing this like I don't care. He's very nonchalant in this thing. He
Yeah, but then you see
disregards
him,
it.
but then you see him train like a freaking maniac.
And that's the question. Is this an act? Is he just acting,
No, yeah, you,
or does he
I,
not
I,
actually care?
I don't think you can go from the way he was training to going out there and not train. Once you get to that level, like you see it in sports all the time, you know.
But the way he was training was for a completely different animal than
Well,
what
I
he's
know that. I
doing
guess you
now.
could say that.
And I guess the fear for me, if he's playing a character and he's just trying to get in Anthony and Slim's head, I get it. I understand the tactic. I don't think it's a good business move because is already hurting, and you kind of need this to be a success. But with his name in it, it's going to be a success. The problem is if he's not playing a character and he actually doesn't give a shit. And the reason why some people are thinking that that is the case is because people feel like he has to be here. Because Misfits is contractually obligated to DAZN to put on a certain amount of pay-per-views per year. Because Misfits has not grown that mainstay star to main event or build around for an entire pay-per-view, KSI has to be the main event. And that means even if KSI has to fight people he doesn't want to necessarily fight, and times he does not necessarily want to fight. KSI versus Jake is not going to happen. I think that
Yeah,
we're at that point that if it happens, cool. It's just not going to happen at this point. That is the only fight that I think gets KSI out of the bed, gets him excited, gets him to the training field, or gets him to the level of training like he was for Tommy Fury. I hope it's not the case. I hope that KSI is fighting, yes, because he's not him necessarily is contractually obligated to. I hope that he's fighting because he enjoys boxing and he enjoys the moment. Um, and I hope that he's not just fighting because the company needs him to fight or else he'll drown. Does that make sense?
yeah,
Because that would suck ass for everybody involved. Like,
yeah. You can't force someone to fight.
and I think like the interesting part is like if they end up doing KSI versus Amir Khan, one, you don't really have like why I think it's more of like he's just playing a character, and I think that he kind of does want to fight and have the challenge in the moment to some capacity. He doesn't have to fight Amir Khan,
Yeah,
which
any
is
he can fight anyone,
he can
and
fight
the
anyone he
pay-per-view
wants.
will sell. Yeah,
Like he could have fought fucking Anthony Taylor now and fight Slim in December. It would have been fine.
probably would be better. I don't know why they don't do that, but
You don't just sign on to fight Amir Khan for shits and gigs.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
that's a fight. That's not
That'd be
no
the cause for the end of influencing boxing.
yeah,
Influencer gets killed.
yeah, that's not like that's not one of those hey, let's half-ass this thing type of fights. That's
Yeah,
you get on that bike and you don't get off of it. Like that is so I'm hoping that he's doing this because he enjoys fighting. Um I am excited for the fight because I'm excited to see him back. But if he's not excited to be back, then it's a great thing in businesses. If you don't care, why do I?
Yeah.
If KSI does not want to be here, does not give a shit about being here, and we get a product that isn't great, that kind of sucks. I don't think that's going to be the case.
Also, just for him to survive if he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah. Oh my God, I have a foot cramp.
Or fix that shit real quick.
So,
You got a game. You got a
I thought
game.
you better fix that shit right now. In the
No,
middle.
you literally have a game in an hour
Yeah.
before you use your foot.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
You can't go out there hobbling.
We'll work through it. Nick, I'm the captain of the team. I gotta play through injuries sometime.
Pull the McGregor. I can't, guys.
Yeah, I'm out. I broke my pinky toe. Yeah, I don't. I'm in. I'm gonna watch it. I'm excited for the pay-per-view. I just hope that KSI is just like, regardless, I think like the whole nonchalant approach, yeah, it does piss off your opponent. But I think you need to be playing that KSI character. You need to be talking shit. We need to get vicious here. Influencer boxing was built based on beefs and people hating each other. That's why everybody still wants to see KSI Jake. These guys hate each other more than anybody.
Yeah. And they're the highest of the highest of, like, I think skill wise and popularity wise. That's why it's cool.
It's a perfect storm.
Yeah.
But if it's like KSI is just fighting because he has to, just kind of like, you know. So I hope that that's not the case. I hope that this gets more vicious and starts to, appeal a little more. We don't have to do our predictions. I think we both have we'll talk about how we see the fight going down closer to it. But I'm excited, and that's all I got for today's episode.
Yeah.
All right, Nick Walk?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
all right.
Hope you enjoyed. God, so fucking, I do not want to go to soccer. But captain's got to do what the captain's got to do. So Mike texted me, or he messaged me on my Facebook wall, and he goes, "Happy birthday to a player on my soccer team." And I commented, and I go, "That's a funny way to spell captain of your soccer team."
You two are so funny. Mike's such a nice guy. Like, I don't. You're the only guy who could ever have beef with a guy like Mike.
I don't have beef with Mike. He just he talks shit. He's talking shit.
But like, you're the only guy that, like, Mike would ever talk shit. He's such a nice guy.
I am the only person Mike would talk shit to. It's all fucking fun banter.
But that means you guys got a close relationship, so it's good.
Yeah. He just keeps fucking with me. Fucker. All right. We're gonna wrap this one up. I'm gonna take a shit, get ready for the big game, and I'll see you all later. We gotta do our fist pumping. Thank you for watching Forever Talking. We talk nothing forever. My name is Ian Moore with my commentating partner and co-host Nicholas, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace, love, adios, and bye-bye.
I'm okay, like, I'm okay, okay.